Sarah, it's always beautiful to see you, your beautiful face. You came on retreat last year, wasn't it? It feels like a long time ago and not that long ago, but I think it was 2024 or was it 2023? I can't remember now.
It was October 23, actually.
Oh my gosh, it was. It was October 23, that's right. Now,
Yeah.
before I wanted to ask you before you came on retreat, what were your expectations? And was the experience this sort of what you expected or was it different? Because you had gone on some retreats before, I think, hadn't you? Or you had
No,
done
so it was actually my first. I saw what was included in the package and what you're offering and things like that. So I just thought like my expectation was just to heal, connect with women, go more deeper within. At the same time, I didn't know much to expect because it was my first time as well. So I just came with an open mind. And I just thought, oh, Bali is a beautiful place, and this is my first retreat. So yeah, I didn't really have much to compare with. So yeah, other than what I could read, what were you guys offering?
your experience? Was it different to what you expected? Because even though you didn't have many expectations, you kind of knew what you had read the program, you knew what was going to be. So, how was your experience?
My experience was better than I expected actually. Because I didn't have much expectations, but it was just like I just felt so energized and it was really I don't know, it was just such a beautiful retreat, even though it was only, I think it was 5 nights. It felt much longer because it was so much things. We still had a bit of time to do other things as well, but it felt probably the double time, but in a good way. And it really, I felt like it did water my soul because, like, for each day, I felt like I was like blooming. So when I was like, even when I was waking up, I felt like excited about the day, and I'm like, oh, what are we doing now today? And I was like so happy and grateful about it. But it was tough as well. Like we had like there was some tears among the group, but it was like laughter as well. So I really liked the combination, but at the same time, it was like a we had like really deep and meaningful discussions and just a combination with like we had the meditation, the personal growth, the different workshops. Even the belly dancing was nice to do, like break it off with something else and go into feminine energy. So yeah, I had yeah, it was amazing actually.
It's lovely. I remember that group. It was a really beautiful group as well.
Sure.
Were there any highlights that stuck out for you?
Highlights. I think each thing was pretty unique in itself. Trying to remember the highlights because we did like a few different things. Oh yeah, I think this one was intense this was more towards the end, and that by the time we had connected with each other and created a bond, but I don't know what we call it, that kind of ritual, when we're lying down and putting like yeah, but it was so intense, but in a beautiful way. I don't know. I just thought it was really special and it was such a perfect ending after everything because everything was like a journey. So I like them. I don't know. They all have their charm. I did like the meditation as well with the different elements, the four elements. I enjoyed the feminine and male archetypes because that was my first time to hear about it. So it was interesting. I think it was new for a lot of women just to like reflect on yourself, like who am I, which archetype am I, and things like that. What do I look for in a partner? Yeah, but the closing one was like, I don't know, it was a bit emotional, but in a beautiful way. Yeah. And also, I do like, because I'm trying to think now, I did like that we had like this book, it's like the booklet that we could work on, share with each other our journey, but also we were sharing, what year was it? I think like we were sharing significant things when we were growing up, and that dived in directly. Like even having that conversation makes you vulnerable and closer to
Mm.
someone else. Like you have to open up and the other have to open up, and it's like that itself was also really good. So I don't know, it was like so many different things. Yeah.
What have you done since the retreat? Because you've done some. You went to another retreat, I think, a couple of months later. I remember.
I did. So yeah, that was during December. I tried it called Vishpashana. I don't know how to asana. I think that's how you um retreat, but that one is more like a silent retreat. So it was very different. And I think it stems more from um Hinduism, if I remember right. So that one was more challenging in a way because it was like silent retreatment, like completely. So it was not like that we had something to work on or that we could discuss. And I do like think the human connection is important, and that's like even if we go back in time, like people always gather around and they're even if it's like we compare to more collective society than individualistic. But this one was more, you go inward, but it was 10 days. I didn't last the 10 days. I only lasted a few days because it was only a silent retreatment. And yeah, disconnect from everything, like no external factors. So it was very, very different. And yeah. I became sick after, so I had to. Yeah, I don't think I was ready for that one. It was just total different things. I'm thinking, yeah, it's yeah, maybe for some people it work, but I
It's in
think
contrast, isn't it? So maybe that's just you learning about what works for you. So for
yeah,
you, more of a, maybe a beneficial experience working with other women and kind of that through connection, you learn about yourself rather than going inward. Maybe that's for you that works. So,
yeah. It
mm.
was more joyful, but not even if it was still challenging, but in another way to have a conversation and discuss and reflect. But this is like, yeah, the other one was like more and more very, yeah, just silent. So yeah,
Oh, that would be very challenging, I know. And just lastly, the last question I have, if you were talking to someone, would you recommend the
like I actually got inspired. So I I did have a bit of yoga in my mind in the background, but I didn't really do anything about it. But when I was at the retreat and I'm like, oh my God, this is so because it was fueling, I don't know, it was like food for the soul. It was fueling me so much. I'm like, I would love to do something like that or be a part of it or like also help like in a healing way help. So it actually inspired me. It would, I mean, yeah, so I took a yoga course a few months later, I think in May, the year after. Um, and it influenced, even if it's not like if two different things, it did influence me to do more things. So everyone obviously come with their baggage and different things, but even if you think you don't have anything to work on, but I think everyone has something. I think absolutely 100% I would recommend it to everyone because yeah, it was such a beautiful experience and very enriching as well.
and you're now doing classes, are you?
Yeah, I've been teaching after that and yeah, I really enjoy it. Being
All
there.
right, all right, Sarah. Well, look, thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.